Hi, this is MessickStove. Also, MessickStove.com is the website. I'm having a little video here to show you my wood storage bin or wood box. And how it works is I open the window up. It's a secured window. I have a chute that slides in through the window outside, so it's actually raised up a little bit outside. I can back up my pickup to it, truck, wagon, tractor, pallets, or however I'm storing the wood, or however the wood's getting into the house, and actually drop it in the chute. It falls into the bin. Very easy, very quick. It's a lot better than trying to carry it in through the door and trying to stack it nicely. I did that years ago and it did not work at all. The wood bin has been working out for me over 10 years. I love it. I just actually upgraded it this year, did some changes and moved it, and basically it's a little beefier, just a tad bit smaller but not much smaller, and I got it basically where I want it. So now if you notice on the bottom there, it's got a little grate, wire grate system across the bottom. That allows the heat from the wood stove, as you can see in the background to the right, for the heat to travel through there and actually go into the wood, help dry it, and heat rises up through inside the box as well. So it works out really nice for me. I actually stack the wood in between the two poles, and there's a pole to the right here in front of the stove, and there's another section next to this one, and then plus wood in the wood bin. So how that works is I put a date on them when I bring the wood in, and I'm burning the dry, all the wood season, but I'm burning the dry wood from any moisture from outside, the weather, if I didn't tarp it. Some of it's tarp, some of it's not tarp, some of it's in a building, and I bring it in, let the wood stove help dry it out, and put it between the poles, put a date on it, and I'll actually use the dry wood first. The wood in the bin is the last wood I touch, and that'll actually get moved to a section here once I use the section of wood here up. And I just basically, that's where I like to keep my fresh brought in wood. And I could burn directly from that. A lot of times, like I said, I bring wood in, it may even have snow on it from being out there, or some ice left on it, and I just drop it in there and let it dry out. And I'm actually using, probably go through about wood would sit in there for about a week and a half to almost 2 weeks anyway before I even get to it, so there's plenty of time for it to dry. Now if you notice the other side here, I'll take a little gander around. It's like a regular, basically 2x4 wall. It is a 2x4 wall, 16-inch centers. It's got pieces of plywood on there. Now this side here is the real interesting side. Let me back up. And this is where I got all my little goodies. Okay, there's all kind of little goodies hanging on there. And I got little scrapers and pokers and lights if the power goes out. You got your gloves, you got your baking soda. There's also a lighter and an extra flashlight, little shelf for some more goodies. Up top I have the cleaning rods for the chimney, and a little workbench, a little shelf if I need to put something there, work with something, or just in general bringing stuff in and out of the basement, at least have a place to put stuff. And at the bottom there's some coal, which I sell, bag coal, and there's a coal hod with some coal in it, and a little hatchet for making kindling, and dustpan and dust broom, which everyone needs one of those. And that's basically the whole setup. It works for me. Everyone has their own little design and ideas how we're doing things. I'm probably not too much different than anyone else. I want something that's going to be simple, something that's going to make life a little easier, less work, and something that's going to fit my need and how I actually use it. And this actually works really well for me.